people can learn forgiveness and love to make this world a better place.
Those were the last words spoken by the death row inmate from Chattanooga who was executed tonight. Lee Hall murdered his ex-girlfriend Tracy Crozier in 1991. He spent nearly 3 decades on death row. Tonight, he died in the electric chair. Greg Glover is live in Nashville near the Riverbend Maximum Security Prison where Hall died at 8:26 this evening. That's also where we heard from media witnesses and the victim's family. Greg?
Cindy, the word came to us outside the prison just about 3 minutes after Lee Hall had been declared dead. After nearly 3 decades on death row, last-minute appeals had fallen short, and just about half an hour before his electrocution, word came that the U.S. Supreme Court had denied a request to halt his execution. One of the witnesses was our own Claudia Coco this evening inside the death chamber. She talked afterwards about the last interaction Hall had with his spiritual advisor, and that would have been just around 4 p.m. Central Time this afternoon. Also, a reporter from Nashville Public Radio talked about reaction that she witnessed in the viewing chamber itself.
He said he enjoyed his last meal. They laughed and they cried. Apparently, Lee Hall offered to share his last meal with the spiritual advisor.
Mr. Hall's brother leaned back in his chair and he said now he's free.
Also tonight, both families delivered statements this evening. Tracy Crozier's sister, Stacy, who's been very vocal over the past years about the tremendous loss of her sister at the hands of Hall, read a statement this evening, and the defense counsel witness also read a statement, this one from Hall himself. Have a listen.
The day has come and gone now. The day my family has waited on for 28 years. Now our family's peace can begin, but another family's hell has to begin.
I'm sorry for the pain I caused Jean and all Tracy's family. I ask for your forgiveness, and I hope and pray that someday you can find it in your heart to forgive me. I'm sorry for the pain I've caused my brother David and my mother and my family. I hope this brings peace, and I don't want them to worry about me anymore.
What you're likely to hear about tomorrow or in the days to come, all of the eyewitnesses talked about what they referred to as steam or smoke rising from Hall's head when the electricity was engaged. The leadership at Riverbend did not address this anomaly. Riverbend itself is locked down for the next 72 hours as part of their post-execution protocol. Live in Nashville for Claudia Coco, I'm Greg Glover, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Greg, thank you. At the same time as the execution, the group Tennesseans for Alternatives to the Death Penalty held prayer vigils across the state in Nashville, Knoxville, Memphis, and Pleasant Hill. These pictures are from the gathering in Nashville. The group says they held the vigils to oppose the execution of Lee Hall and to remember all victims of violence, especially Tracy Crozier. We've covered this case for decades. You can look back at past coverage, learn more about the victim in the case, Tracy Crozier, and the appeals process, or see tonight's full press conference from outside the prison in Nashville. It's inside the WRCB app.